Hi, welcome to RUSA Analytics. In this video, we're gonna discuss on the difference between agentic AI versus generative AI. Meanwhile, we have created a small white paper that shows what exactly is a basic understanding of the difference between the both. And just start with this is the main difference between a generative AI and an agentic AI. Basically, what a generative AI does is it is like a creative mimic. Like you go to some tool or like a chat GPT or something, you just put a text like, I want this photo, I want uh, a draft of the document, I want an email format or something like that, which will create you new content, for example, a text, an image, a code, or an audio, or else whatever you ask a question it gives you an answer. So this is what basically a generative AI does. But what is the restriction as for example if you go to Delhi or else ChatGPT or GitHub or Copilot, what it does it's reactive, that you ask a question it gives an answer. So there is no much scope or final goal that is achieved. It is like an cumulative thing that you keep on asking questions, it keeps on giving answers. Whereas when you check out with the agentic AI, it's like most probably it's like a problem solver. It achieves goal by perceiving, reasoning, and acting, and it's very proactive. It can operate continuously and independently. So that is one of the main difference between generative AI and this. And this is a small white paper that we have created, which gives you a simplistic answer what a generative AI does and what an agentic AI does. Okay, and what are the difference? Like how do you trigger? Basically, here it is user triggers, like you trigger, but in an agentic AI, the goal or the objective it got triggered, and the operation mode is reactive, that is it reacts, whereas in agentic AI it's proactive and autonomous. Memory it is stateless and it is stateful with a retention of context. Decision capability it is limited to output generation, whereas it evaluates, chooses, and adapts actions accordingly. Whereas tool integration it is optional, but here it is a core requirement. And action execution is also, it is not a real world execution, but whereas if you go to agentic AI, it is real time execution. And human dependency in generative is required because that's how you ask a question and it reacts. But if you go to agent, it is very minimal. Business value, the productivity boost will be there, but the compounding or an aggregate advantage won't be there if you go with the generative, which is there in agentic AI. And use cases, I think we have given like content and copy generation, creative ideation, code assistance, summarization and translation. This is just what you do in any AI tool for ChatGPT or Copilot. You ask something, it summarizes, translates, adds, deletes, whatever you ask, it does. But agentic AI is more like a business perspective, from an enterprise perspective, from an automation perspective, and it's something for as we do at RUSA Analytics is more of a decision intelligence platform. I will attach this in the blog. If anyone required, you can just download this. And there are some snippets that we have also, generative AI versus agentic AI, how the flow works, how the agentic flow works, okay, user queries, and it makes a plan, then execute actions with tool, like different tools we have from different platforms, then reflects on the results. If it is not okay, again it will make a plan. So this is a continuous and consistent process, and at last if it is fine, it goes with a response. And this is a sample ROI of AI governance. One is the low failure costs, compliance penalties, faster team productivity, safer scalable innovation. And these are all different insight tracks and action tracks that we use using AI. One is the descriptive AI, then diagnostic AI, predictive AI, prescriptive AI, expert AI, generative AI, and agentic AI. Each has its own in-depth analysis or diagnosis of each uh, AI. I'll share the snippets also so that you can have a look. And the risk, I think in any business, the ROI is also and all important, and also the risk. So here, with the use of more agentic AIs in the enterprise, the risk is very low. Thanks for watching. I'll keep on posting more strategies, more enterprise oriented AI tech related videos. Please subscribe the channel, and if you want any to educate in particular with any subsets of AI, please let me know. Let's catch it. Thank you.